What is up? Welcome to the third episode of Want Some Scream with Your Coffee. What's up, mother lickers? This is kind of like a surprise screen episode here. And I just kind of wanted to just kind of test it out. I didn't want to let y'all know anything that I was going to go live today. So we'll just wait for some people to trickle in here and we'll see how it goes today. Still slightly under the weather, but feel a lot better than I did. So I figured, I'm tired of postponing stuff. I'm tired of not feeling good. So we're gonna make the best of it today. So yeah, forgive my absence this past week. Some of you know that I've came down with an illness, and so yeah, I'm still working it out, but I feel a lot better today. So I just figured I'd do a surprise live stream today and just see how it goes. So let's just go with the flow. But already got somebody up in here. What's up, Bobby's Breakdowns? What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, buddy. Just decided to just do the stream without any notice, without anybody, not scheduling anything, and hopefully I'm going up from here. That's what I'm hoping for right now. So yeah, glad to see you come by, Bobby. Thank you, man. Thank you. I was on. Did you check out the Craven stream the other night? The trial, Stumacher trial, people versus Stumacher. Let me know, man. But yeah. Let's just see how many people we can get in here. This is my virtual background. It's really not doing the greatest right now. I got a lot of light coming in my room. But yeah, I'm probably going to transition to something like this. Maybe swap up my virtual backgrounds and stuff like that. So yeah. Destination station is taken down for the moment until I get settled in my new place and I can set everything back up. So yeah, this is a work in progress right now. How's my audio, by the way, too? Do I need to get closer to the mic, or is this okay here? Sometimes some people say that my mic is down low, so just trying to see how it is. Let's see here. What is new today in the Scream universe, huh? Like, I mean, we all know that it's we'll wait for some more people to trickle in here, but I think it's kind of crazy that this is going to be around the Halloween season. So I wonder if any of it takes place on actual Halloween night, or maybe that's the climax, or maybe that's the opening. Who knows? Because I think wasn't one of the TV shows the opening of the TV series. I think it was Scream Resurrections, like the season 3 that MTV did. I think it opened up on Halloween night. I hope we don't do something like that. Bobby, you say I was there for about an hour and then my body said, nah, no more. I'm going to have to listen to the replay. But from what I saw, it was good. Yeah. I popped in about, I don't know, like 3 hours into the stream. So like halfway through the stream, I went ahead and came in there. I woke up late. I got to watch the replay as well because I didn't get to catch the beginning. And I was supposed to be a part of it also, but I had to back out the day before. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to even be a part of the stream because how ill I was feeling. So they got Jake, Killjoy Jake, to help out with it, and he did a phenomenal job from what I saw. I got to go back and watch everything, but I'm glad he found somebody. I'm glad Jake did that. I much appreciate it because I felt like garbage. I still don't feel 100%. I'm still struggling over here, but at least I can lift my head off of a pillow now. It was bad there. It was bad there for a minute. Let's see here. Also, I was gonna wait for some other people to get in here. But yeah, this was just kind of like a live stream. I don't know, a surprise stream. I wasn't sure how long I'm gonna actually go today. For the simple fact, I got something going on around noon today, so I might not go a full 2 hours or hour and a half or so. I might just go an hour today, and then pick back up tomorrow morning. and we'll get back on schedule. We're gonna get back on schedule with these morning Scream streams. So yeah. So hopefully we're going up from here. Hopefully, because there for a minute I thought I didn't know what was going on with me. So I don't really want to tell everybody what was going on with me, but and I really don't want to say anything on the stream because I might get demonetized. And I just got monetized, got approval. Finally, they did not deny me this time. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, now I'm fully monetized and I can do super chats. I can do everything. I can start getting paid from YouTube for all the content that I made and everything. It was really, it was a struggle because if y'all been a part of my last streams, I've been denied twice, right? And they wouldn't give me a reason why. So like I would go through like everything, and I was like, I have no restrictions. I have all the watch hours. I have the subscribers. I have everything. Everything's good. And every time I would ask somebody something, they're like, oh, well, it's very limited on our end. So we are. We can't see anything. All we can say is reapply. And then so they would send me to somebody else, and I'd ask them. They said the same exact thing. It was like that's all they could do. Like they don't really know much. People, especially the people in the chat. So yeah. But if you know what was going on with me, you already some of you already know that I talked to on Instagram and stuff. But I'm not gonna say the word on here. So yeah. Woo. It's not a joke. Bobby Breakdowns, you're a wrestling fan by chance or used to be? Not really. I didn't keep up with it. I'm not gonna lie, Bobby. I never kept up with wrestling. I mean, I watched it from time to time, and I had friends that watched it. So if I was over at their house, I would watch it. I see. I don't know. It's this with that. It's like almost the same thing as it is with like TV series. I have to be really hooked. I have to be really into it for me to watch all the time. Excuse me. Well, I don't want to like blow y'all's eardrums out with my sickness over here. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, Bobby. If there is some cool I mean, I know there's like WWE, was it WWF or something? I don't know. I don't really know much about wrestling. I just know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could. I wish I knew more for you, bud. Jen's in the house. Hey, Destin. It is good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. I am feeling a little bit better, Jen. Thank you for asking. I know you've been checking up on me and everything. I really appreciate that. Not 100%, but at least I can. I started feeling a little bit better late Saturday when Craven's stream started going along, and I woke up late. I woke up like in the middle of that, or maybe like less than the middle, but I was like, watching some of it. I was watching some of it, and I was enjoying it. And so, like, I don't know if y'all saw the second half of that stream or not, but I popped in there. I came in for it was me, Haley, and Craven. I think Jack was there for a second, but yeah, started feeling a little bit better on Saturday. Yesterday, at least I can lift my head off of a pillow now, and so yeah, hopefully we're going up from here. And I didn't have this stream scheduled. I didn't want to lie to y'all or lead y'all on in any way because I wasn't sure how I was going to feel this morning. So I was like, I'll just do a surprise stream, and maybe we'll just see who trickles in here, and we'll just get started that way, and we'll just play it like that. So yeah, thank you, Jen. Thank you for checking up on me. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully we're going up from here, right? Kristen Marie, good morning. Good morning, Kristen. Glad you stopped by the stream. Glad for you to be here. Did you check out Craven's People versus Stu Mocker? I almost forgot his name. Yeah, People versus Stu. Like that we've been putting that project together for a while now, and I hated that I had to drop out. I hated it, but Killjoy Jake, he did a phenomenal job. He did great. I'm so glad he was available. But hey, Kristen, good morning to you too. Thank you for coming here. Bobby's breakdown. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Thanks, buddy. Yep. Screaming for Conrad. Hey, bud. What's up, Conrad? What's it going on? You want some Scream with your coffee? And just because I call it, I want to clarify this because I might change it a little bit here and there. At least I might keep the thumbnail, but change the episode names because depending on what is hot at the moment, what kind of news is breaking at the moment, I might just change the episode name, but we'll still call it, Want Some Scream with Your Coffee. But we'll still touch on Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Chucky, anything that's going on at the moment we will still talk on. So don't think we just have to talk about Scream, but all roads do lead back to Woodsboro. Okay. So we will be talking at least 70% Scream. But we will definitely dabble in some Halloween, Scream, and everything in between. How about that? Y'all like that? Or you want me to just stay strictly to Scream? I cannot talk this morning. I'm sorry, y'all. I need some caffeine in my life, but it's too hot to drink really fast. Thanks, buddy. Me too, man. Feel a little bit better. Still coughing up some stuff. Still not feeling the greatest, but I feel a lot better than I did initially. Body's breakdowns. WWF became the WWE. No worries. Oh yeah, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Like I have a friend, y'all probably see him in the chat sometimes. Rawhead Nick, Rawhead. We used to call him Rawhead Rex. He was a big wrestling fan growing up. He could tell you way more than I could. He's probably a good person to talk to about some wrestling. Maybe I should tell him that. He's been thinking about starting a channel. Maybe he needs to start a wrestling channel. That'd be cool. Kristen Marie, Craven Stew stream was amazing. Yeah, it was. It was really good. I got to go back and watch the very beginning. I didn't see much of the beginning at all because I woke up late. I slept really late. My hours were like completely off this past week, and I woke up and I was like, what time is it? And then I realized that he was going live already, and then so I watched some of it, and then once the thing was over. I went ahead and popped in there and Craven wanted me to come on in. So I came in and, hung out with him for a few hours, but I think we stayed up till like 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And that's why I was not feeling the greatest yesterday. Yesterday I kind of started feeling down again, but maybe because I stayed up all night. Getting rest is the best thing. Like I gotta get back on a better schedule, y'all. I really do. But yeah, I'm glad you checked it out, Kristen. Yeah, it's great stuff over there. Craven, I always call Craven like the godfather of Woodsboro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's cool. He's kind of brought a bunch of us YouTubers together and done some collabs with everybody. A lot of us YouTubers have like collabed together because of him, because we were introduced to get together through him. So yeah, it was definitely a fun time. Wish I could have been a part of it. I hate that. I've worked on that thing for, I don't know, 2-3 months now, and then I couldn't do it. But we never know what's going to happen in life, right? We never know what's going to happen in life, and shit happens. But let's kind of move. Let's transition into some movie news here. I kind of want to talk about Scream a little bit. Let's start it off with the new casting of Scream. I saw a lot of these new characters that have been assigned to Scream. I'm not very much aware. I'm not very familiar with most of them. I looked them up and I've seen that they've done a lot of TV shows and stuff like that. But I guess it's just shows that I haven't checked out. But I mean, Scream, that's one thing about Scream is like, I'm not really too worried about who the casting is because they always get really good young talent, really, really good young talent. And so it's not like it's a concern to me. It's just, sometimes it feels better. Like when we went into Scream 5, I knew who Jack Quaid was, and I knew who, um, oh, the young lady who plays Amber. I can't think of her name right now. Um, like I said, I need some caffeine. But she played on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I was a big fan of. She really stood out to me, like as her acting. I was like, wow, she's good. She's giving it like her all. uh, so so yeah, and then like familiar faces, like I knew Jenna Ortega. I knew her. I've seen her on some stuff, on Netflix. And who else was in there that I noticed? Oh, Jasmine Savoy Brown. I knew her from Yellow Jackets. Like, and then she was on some Netflix horror movie, or maybe it was Hulu, some horror movie that I watched recently with her in it. So I was like, okay, yeah, they got some people that that stood out to me in these shows. So yeah. Um, but anybody that they get, I have faith in them, because even if looking at Radio Silence's work and looking at um, uh, their previous movies, and everything, it's just I'm not concerned for it. So most of these new young talent are here to get killed off anyways, right? So I'm sure they won't be sticking around. Mikey Madison, that's it. That is it, Jen. Thank you for being here. That's why I need you, Jen. Thank you. Yeah, Mikey Madison. She is great. Have y'all seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt? Um, Such a really crazy finale. It's more of a comedy, the first half, and then it kind of starts getting a little darker, but you still got those comedy chops in it. So it was pretty cool. She was definitely a standout. um, Screaming for Conrad. You hear that Jason Blum wants to get the rights to Elm Street? What are your thoughts on that? Man, that's one thing I want to talk about today. I actually tweeted to Jason Blum a little while ago, or no, last night. Was it last night? Yeah. It was last night. Telling you, I'm still a little hazy here, y'all. I'm still kind of like not all there. Um, I think that's a great idea, because his idea is that he wants Robert Englund to come back. And I want Robert Englund to come back in some way, shape, or form. I really do. I think that if you just go into A Nightmare on Elm Street and you try to do a sequel or another remake without Robert Englund, I think it's a disservice. I think that you're already going to get judged either way, but you're going to have people already on that hate train for it to not succeed, because Robert Englund won't be involved if they do that way. Because look at Scream 6 now with Nev Campbell not coming back. Everyone, we haven't even seen the movie and people are already hating it. They want to hate it. Some people, you know, those fans out there that just want to hate something. They wake up today and are like, what can I hate on today? Those are the miserable type of people. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I love the idea that Robert Englund coming back, possibly. Well, at least that's what Jason Blum wants. So that shows that he does respect the character. He respects the property. It just has to have a good story. You have to be telling something good, because and it has to be something really good, because Robert Englund really doesn't like the makeup. But I'm sure he will come back one last time. He had such a break. But we got to keep in mind here, Robert Englund is not as skinny as he used to be. He's not, and I'm not saying he's like a huge guy or nothing like that, but he is not the, I don't know if he would be the same look of Freddy underneath that makeup. Um, have y'all ever seen, what is it? What's that show called? The Goldbergs or something? They had like a Halloween special where Robert Englund came back to play Freddy Krueger in one episode. And it was actually Robert Englund playing Freddy Krueger. It was called like Mr. Knifey Hands or something like that. And when I watched, that's the reason I've never even watched that show before. It's just not really my kind of thing. But when I did watch the show and I saw him, he looked completely different. Like, he did not look like the same. It wasn't like it was horrible, but it was noticeable. It was very, it didn't feel right. Now, you could blame that on the makeup artist and all that, but we got to keep in mind that Robert Englund, his posture, his health, his you know, like he might have a little bit of a stomach, you know, like we've never seen Freddy with a little bit of a stomach. But if they bring Robert Englund back, and hopefully they do, because I want Nightmare on Elm Street so bad. I want it really, really bad. That's probably the number one property I want to come back the most is a Nightmare on Elm Street. But if they do it, I've always said, like I've worked on like this pitch for a requel to a Nightmare on Elm Street, and it sounds like that's what Blumhouse's idea is. He wants to do a requel to a Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think he should do a requel to the original, the first film, and bring back Heather Langenkamp. I want to see Heather Langenkamp come back too. I know they did it with New Nightmare. They can still do it again. They can do just like they did with Halloween, and they do a direct sequel from the original. Heather Langenkamp didn't die like that in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen that movie, but that movie's like 20 years old. No more than that, like 30 years old, 25 years old. I don't know. Anyways, bring them both back. She doesn't have to be the main focal point, but she can still be there as like a guidance, still the person that knows stuff about Freddy, that was one of the surviving Elm Street kids, all that kind of stuff. But when they bring Robert Englund back, has to be a transition of passing the glove to our new Krueger. And if they do it right, I really think that if they get Robert back and he's playing Freddy Krueger for the majority of the movie, he is Freddy Krueger. But by the end of that movie, we have to be transitioning to a new Krueger. Like maybe Krueger had a long lost son that we never knew nothing about. Maybe maybe that was one of the kids that got taken away, or possibly just it could just be some illegitimate kid out there that he didn't even know he had or something. But now I think they should play on that whole thing, like, like maybe Freddy's getting a little weaker now because people don't remember him, people don't fear him. And that's what they wanted to do. Was the Elm Street parents wanted to bury that secret. They wanted to bury that, and they didn't want to talk about it. And unless you talk about it or think about it, he has no strength in your dreams. He cannot come after you. So I think that they should have like Robert Englund back as Krueger for the majority of the movie, but shoot the film like the first Nightmare on Elm Street, where he's like in the shadows more. He's like the opening with Tina, where you don't see him really. You hear the scraping of the knives. You see Freddy's eye between the pipes. You can see him pop up in the background, but you can't really make out his face. You can see a little bit. It's a little slimy. You can see him a little bit, but he's always in a shadow, and he's always kind of like lurking around. And I think if they play with the approach like that with Robert Englund, would be great. But then, like, by the end of that movie, we transition to our new Krueger. That's possibly maybe another Krueger, and maybe the townspeople find out that he's also related to Krueger, and maybe these deaths they think that it's his fault. Like, I'm gonna do I don't want to give away everything that I'm thinking right now, because I have literally thought about this, but I'm giving you pieces of it, and I'll do a video on it, or maybe even a live stream of my ideas for a reboot, a requel for Nightmare on Elm Street. But the idea is, by the end, we are transitioning into Freddy's son, our new Krueger, and something tragic happens to him, similar to his dad, because the townspeople find out that he is Krueger's son. So, and there's deaths going around in the town and on Elm Street, so they automatically assume it's him, but it's not him. He's innocent. He didn't even know his dad. He had no knowledge of it. This is all new to him. And from what tragically happened, maybe they burn him still, just like they did their dad. They kill him exactly like they kill their dad. And then at the end, like, he rises up and becomes our new Freddy. Have y'all seen the new Candyman? Similar to like how they passed the hook for our new Candyman. If they did something like that with this, that would be great. The only thing that I think Candyman would have been better with is if we got Tony Todd for majority of that movie. but we had like some other guy that was Candyman, and then this Candyman was transitioning, and there's a bunch of Candymans, and I didn't really like that whole idea. I mean, I'll buy it, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted Tony Todd for majority of the movie, and we only got him in like really small spot. But yeah, really want it back, Conrad. I mean, I want it back more than I want any other horror franchise. Honestly, I've been wanting a Nightmare on Elm Street. The remake just did not do it justice. It had some interesting things that happens in the remake, but the overall product of a Nightmare on Elm Street remake was just lacking. There was just something missing. That's a whole nother stream, but yes, I can sometimes rant. I can just like go off and just like I don't know. Sorry, but yeah, I want it back, and hopefully Jason Blum does do it right. I think he will do it right, as long as he leaves some like political stuff, in the background. Sometimes he likes to throw that stuff in his movies, and I think A Nightmare on Elm Street doesn't need any of that. So that's the only worry I have with Jason Blum, is that he would get a little political with it, just a little bit, But anyways, yeah, Mikey Madison. Hold on, I'm catching up on the stream, y'all. On the chat. I was introduced you through Craven's channel. Oh, cool, Conrad. Yeah. Craven's awesome. Craven is awesome, y'all. Me and Craven, we talk like every other day, or not every other day, but we keep in contact with each other, and we do streams together occasionally. So yeah, I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Krista Marie, that's a good point. It'll be a different looking Freddy. It would definitely be a different looking Freddy. And with Robert Englund, has anyone seen Mr. Knivey Hands, like that episode? If you haven't, maybe it's on YouTube. Maybe you can look it up. But just look at the look of Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger on that episode. It came out like 2 years ago, I can't remember. But it was like a Halloween special, and for that show, and it just seemed off. And I just know that Robert Englund, he's not going to want to be on that makeup chair for a very long time, Kristen. So the less he has to do, the better for him, and the better for him to say yes to this project, because he's up there in age, guys. Like he's not the same Robert. I mean, he is the same Robert, but putting on all that makeup is hours of work, and then you have to go act. So he just, he probably would rather do other projects than that. But if you make it to where his face, him actually playing Freddy, isn't actually on screen for a very long time, but his presence is there. You can kind of see him from the side or the background. You kept him in the shadows, so you don't have to make him all decked out. Like he's not like got the spotlight on him, which I think works better, because that's what made the first movie creepy, was that mystique, that mystery, that just that overall excuse me just that overall like less is more, is what I'm trying to say here, is like the suspense. A good slasher movie is nothing without good suspense. It's just another stab movie. It's just another movie that has no it's just ready to get the job done type of movie. Like I'm not the type of, I do like my carnage candy, but it has to have suspense. That's what builds it up. And I think Nightmare on Elm Street does it great. And honestly, I always thought that, like, especially after seeing, have y'all seen Stranger Things season 4 with Robert Englund and Vecna and all the Nightmare on Elm Street tropes that they do in that show? Great. The feeling is there. At times I'm like, oh, we're in a nightmare right now. Like, this feels like a Nightmare on Elm Street right now. And they would be the Duffer Brothers would be awesome to direct a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. So that's another thing. Who's going to direct this? Jason Blum wants the rights, but who's going to direct it? You have to get a good director, and you can't mess this one up, because I'm afraid that if you mess this one up, it's going back in the genie bottle for a while before somebody gets a itch and decides to rub the genie out of the lamp. Does that make sense to y'all? Because I mean, look how long it's been since we got another Nightmare on Elm Street since the remake. It's just it's Nightmare on Elm Street has to be taken with care, because it's not just something so easy to be made, because it's not just um, it's not a killer in a mask. It's an actual character. You see his face. It's also dreams, so you have to be technical. You have to be very um, it's got to be psychological. It's got to be suspenseful. So yeah, there it's but I do have faith in Jason Blum, though. I do. Just have to see how the project goes, who they're getting attached to it, and everything like that. Mega Giants is in the house. Hey everyone, what's up, Mega Giants? Morning. You want some Scream with your coffee, or maybe some Nightmare on Elm Street? That's what we're talking about right now. Welcome. Glad you're here. Screaming for Conrad. I want to see them utilize the dark alleyways in New York for part 6 for a chase scene. I know. Wouldn't that be awesome, Conrad? That would be really cool. I think I've said it before on the other stream. I have a lot of light coming in my room too. So like my virtual background is kind of like funky looking. I'll get a green screen here soon too. But yeah, I want to see that too. That would be so awesome. And if it's around the spooky season that everyone's saying, like Halloween season, um, couldn't they do something like couldn't they do something that's like remember in night I Know What You Did Last Summer with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and they have like that parade going in the streets, and she's like trying to make her way around the back of the stores and through the alley, and right before the nick of time she gets taken. Do something like that. What if it's like yeah, it's the spooky season, so, and that the new Stab movie is going to be advertised. The new Stab movie is going to be advertised all over the place, all in the city, everything, billboards on the side of buses and everything. So I think that if that's going on and it's the spooky season, they're going to have like a parade. There's going to be a festival or something, and we might get a lot of different ghost face, costumes, like the devil costume, the scarecrow costume, and we might actually get a kill with one of those. I don't want it for the entire movie, but since we're in that season and the setting and everything, I think it would work. If there's like a bunch of ghost face and you don't know which one is actually the killer, and the killer kind of swaps it up based off that. So yeah, that would be great. And there needs to be something cool like in the alleyways or something. Yeah, I agree. Kind of like passing of the torch kind of thing. I love that idea. Yeah, Conrad. Yeah, that's the idea. I think that's the best way to do it, because honestly, if they do get Robert Englund back, think about it. I don't see him signing on like a 3-picture deal, because that's what they're going to want to try to do. That's what Jason Blum is going to try to do, because he's going to want to milk the most out of this franchise. And I just don't know if I can see Robert Englund signing on. The only way that I could see him sign on to a 3-picture contract is if like they still use like his voice. Maybe he was still the voice of Freddy. And so like when our new Freddy transitions to Freddy, maybe it's his voice, but that actor might want to just use his own voice and make his Freddy, do his thing. So I don't know. I do want to. It doesn't mean we can't get cameos of Robert Englund. We can't, have some voiceover or some flashbacks or something. His presence is always welcome, but that first movie needs to be a transition point. That's what we need to do. So yeah. Kristen Marie, passing of the knives. Yeah, exactly. You were there, Kristen. That's what I'm talking about. Denisha's in the house. Denisha Lane. Hey, Destin, baby. I hope you're feeling better. Feeling a little bit better. Not 100%, but I figure I'd do a surprise stream today, and I'm glad you're here. Thanks for checking up on me. Uh, I'm just, I'm kind of playing it day by day. That's all I can really do. And at least now I can lift my head off the pillow. So yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So thank you. How to get a drink of my coffee. Ah, hey, Marquise, what's up, buddy? Hey, just I'm glad you're getting feeling better. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling a little bit better today. I was just telling Denisha, I told Jen. I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but yeah, it was rough there for this past week. It hit me hard. I don't want to say what I had because I don't want to get demonetized as soon as I just got monetized. But you got the idea. It is not fun, buddy. But thank you for checking. Thanks, man. Uh, Jen Warner, when you spent 3 hours with Robert, did you discuss him reprising the role of Freddy? I did. I did talk to Robert about it. And actually, the background on my computer, on my monitor, is actually of me and Robert Englund. Just to it reminds me every day of what I do and why I do it, and the advice he gave me that day. Because he did. He gave me a lot of advice. It was really cool. I asked him about it. He's jokingly about it. He's like, "What's it gonna be? Freddy versus Viagra?" So, and it's funny. Like he is a funny guy. He has a great sense of humor. He has a good soul. I'm telling you, Robert is really cool. He's not a snob. He's nothing like that. And he seems like he's always helpful. He's always like positive and trying to inspire. I don't know about trying to inspire somebody, but he's always, which he does anyways, but he's always trying to help somebody in any which way, at least that's the vibe I got. I don't know if anybody else has gotten that same vibe, but he's great. He's so cool. But yeah, he's joking about it. And that's how we talked about Stranger Things season 4, and he couldn't say anything because of an NDA, but he already knows that everybody wants him to come back as Freddy. Because even in like the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors panel, they were even asking him that question. And it's the money's got to be right, especially for him. He's like the rock star of horror, slasher movies of horror. I mean, he's not just a guy on a mask. He's the face. I really do look at him as like he's like the main big baddie. Like out of all of them, they're all great, and but like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, those are like that's like the Mount Rushmore of horror. And I would throw Jason in there too. I should have Jason on my virtual background, shouldn't I? But I just really feel like out of all of them, I feel like Freddy is the I don't know, should be right there in the middle, right there at the top. He's awesome. And I think that if the money's right, and I think if the story is good, and I think if it's taken care, if the property is taken with care, I think he would. I think he would come back. I sense a little bit of, yeah, maybe, just a maybe. So maybe is more no, but money talks. Denisha Lane, think this is Robert Englund last Nightmare on Elm Street, so let's support what y'all think. Yeah, I think so too. If it is, I really do think this is the last time we're going to see him portray Freddy. Will he still be in the movies in some way, like Nick Castle is in the Halloween movies? Maybe. We might get something like that. It might show respect to him, and he might be in like a small little part of playing actual Robert Englund, a good Easter egg or something for the fans. Or he might just play, a neighbor or somebody working somewhere, and it's just like a cameo. He's not playing Freddy Krueger. He's just in there, though. His presence is still there. So then people start theorizing, like, oh, like, is he controlling people? Whatever. Fans can go out there with some like crazy theories, but yeah, this has definitely got to be. I really do think that if they get him back, this is the last time. This is it. So they have to do it right. they have to think about the future too, because they can't just think about, oh, we got Robert Englund back, we're going to do this story, and then we're going to wrap it up in a bow. No, I want to see more Nightmare on Elm Streets. Let's move from the Nancy storyline. You know, still have Heather Langenkamp in it. Like this is a direct sequel to the first Nightmare on Elm Street. No, I love Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. I love even 2. A lot of people hate on 2, and I love New Nightmare. And Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Master. Actually, there's some things about that I really do love. That was actually my introduction to Freddy Krueger, was a Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and that's a funny story. I don't know. I think I've told y'all before on the stream of me getting my ass whooped. Repeating something that Kincaid said in Nightmare on Elm Street 4 whenever I was like 5. Yeah, that was my introduction to horror and to Freddy. But this has got to be it, Denisha. I mean, pass it on. There's got to be another Krueger, because that's the thing. If we do get, say we bring him back and he's not coming back for any more, who's going to play, Fred Krueger? I mean, it would have to be a totally different name, it's not like a Candyman, that there's other people out there that can be the Candyman or something like that. This is an actual name. This is actually a person that, is now killing children on Elm Street. So I want that name, Krueger. That name's got to stay. Fred doesn't really have to stay, but that Krueger name has to stay. So the only way that I can see that being transitioned and moving forward is Robert's in this one. They transition to maybe like a relative, or maybe he had a son he didn't know, or maybe they took his son when he was younger. Even the son doesn't even know he's a Krueger. But by the end of the movie, he turns into Krueger. Like he is Krueger. He's our new Krueger, and he's back for revenge, really, because this time the son is being falsely accused of something that his dad did. So yeah, I'm gonna do a whole thing about it. So I hope y'all are gonna like it too. I've given it a lot of thought, and I need to start writing the actual story, because I do that too. I don't know if y'all know that about me, but like I write scripts, and I'm working on a book right now too. So yeah, I do a lot of writing in my spare time, and I've always wanted to make a film. Always wanted to make a film. I've always wanted to get into horror movies. I would love to be like a Blumhouse production, to where you take $1 million and you make 50 million off of a property. Like that's the Blumhouse way, and that's really my dream. I would love to do that. So, but you got to find financing. You got to find everything. I would have to be the writer, director, producer, just everything. So yeah. There's a show out right now, and they just had the finale. It's on Paramount Plus. It's called The Offer with Miles Teller. Really great show. Check that show out. Like, if you love filmmaking, if you're into that kind of stuff and like behind the scenes stuff, it's like how everything they went through to try to get The Godfather made. And The Godfather is like a Paramount baby that kind of like saved their studio. So I guess they decided to make a movie about it. But it's very interesting. Check it out. Really cool. I would love the imagery of Freddy looking weathered and being weak at the end of the movie, so he'll have to pass the torch to Aaron. That's exact, Conrad. That's what I'm thinking, buddy. Like that's it. Like Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger is weak now. Something awakens him to one of the kids on Elm Street. Maybe it's a diary that Nancy left behind, similar to like in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, how Jesse finds her diary. Maybe someone else that moves into that Krueger's home, and in Nancy's old home, they find a diary, and this guy reading this material of what about Freddy Krueger and about her nightmares. It awakens something in him and brings Freddy back. But Freddy's back, but he's weak. That's why we only see him like weathered. We see him in the shadows. We kind of see him, maybe not complete posture, like where he's kind of like just kind of, he's going out a little bit. Like and that's where our new character comes in, like maybe he was set up to come back in some way to where he could pass the torch. Like it's kind of a setup movie too. So yeah, love that. Conrad, we're on the same page, buddy. Um, yeah, Marquise. I wonder if Friday 13th will come back. I definitely want a remake. Definitely, I do too. I want a remake as well. I actually didn't mind that last remake. It. I wanted more out of it, but overall, it was especially that opening. That was one of the coolest openings I've ever seen, and it was one of the longest opening kill scenes. I mean, that opening was like 20 minutes long, something like that. And I was thinking, and then it said Friday. I said, "Oh, we're just now starting." This was crazy. Um, I wish that was the movie though, with those kids. The new kids that we got later on just seemed kind of goofy, some of them, and there was a lot of stereotypes and tropes, and I felt like it didn't take itself as serious as that first 20 minutes of that movie. That first 20 minutes of the movie felt frightening. I was like, oh, this is what I want to see. This is great. And then also I didn't like how Jason just found his mask like that, like I want it to be a little bit more, maybe one of our characters was like a hockey guy or something, and he ends up killing him, and then he takes his mask, the sack head. Like I always thought that like him wearing that sack head, and maybe one of the characters, like he's in a struggle with some of the characters, and he gets caught on fire, and that sack head kind of burns up around his head. And then when he kills somebody, he finds the Jason mask. That's what makes him want to put on the actual mask. I just wanted more meaning behind the mask a little bit than him just finding it and being like, "Oh, this works." And also, I want to see an opening, which we probably won't get with everything that's going on with the lawsuits, because there's certain story parts that they cannot use now. If they do go on with the hockey mask Jason. But I wanted to see an opening of like supposedly Jason drowned. And it's like back in the 50s or 60s or something. And we see Jason drown at the very beginning. The mom freaks out, and then it transitions like they've shut down camp, and there's only a few counselors and the director and all this kind of stuff there, and they're all like, "Hey, everyone, pack up. We're getting ready to leave." And then like we see, like, we still kind of get that POV shot, kind of like a callback to the original of like Mrs. Loomis coming up and killing everybody. That's our opening scene. The opening scene is like the entire movie of the first Friday the 13th crushed down to like 15-20 minutes, and like that's our opening scene. And then we transition to present day, and they're trying to reopen the camp and everything, and they got workers and counselors and all that, and Jason has been living there this entire time. Like I want to see that. That's what I want to see. There, I just felt like there was something missing out of Friday 13th as well. And I did not like the whole him taking somebody captive. I didn't care for that. I was like, come on, this ain't what I want to see. But it did have moments of greatness. It did have moments of greatness, and it felt like it was made quite well. I just wanted some of the story to go in different ways. But sometimes I ask too much, right? Who would you cast? Scream for Conrad. Who would you cast for a new Freddy? Man, okay. My ultimate person that I would like to see play a new Krueger is none other than Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins would be amazing to play Freddy Krueger. I've said that in so many videos back in the past before, all the Scream and Halloween talk. Like I mean, Walton Goggins is awesome. He has those comedy chops, but he can also be menacing. And I think he would look awesome in the makeup too. He's kind of got that posture, like what's the word? Like he's a little, he's kind of got that whole original Robert Englund posture. You know how like the idea for Freddy Krueger was for them to he held the glove like it was a gun and a hole out of his holster. It was kind of weighing him down on one side, so he kind of did it like a Western theme. Like that's what that was the original idea. Like I just feel like Walton Goggins would be so awesome as Freddy Krueger. Um, and I'm gonna pick a couple others too because I always, I've been thinking about this for I would think that Ben Foster would be a really good Freddy Krueger, which he's not in a whole lot. I mean, he's still working today, but he's not. I've seen him in less stuff recently. But I always thought Ben Foster was really good. I think he would be a really cool Fred Krueger. And my last pick is what's his name? My brain isn't on today. I'm having a brain fart. Oh man, the guy from he wins a bunch of Oscars and stuff. I'm gonna have to look him up real quick. Hold on, bear with me. But honestly, I think this guy would be better than Ben Foster, but I don't know if he would ever do it. Yeah, I'm looking him up right now. Bear with me. He's on what's that? 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Sam Rockwell. I think Sam Rockwell would be awesome as Freddy Krueger. I think he would be bad as a Freddy Krueger. And I know a lot of people want, Kevin Bacon, and I think Kevin Bacon would be awesome as a Freddy Krueger too, but he's up there in age now too. How many of those can we get? I mean, it would be great. Yes, it would. But I kind of want to give my idea of who I want to play Freddy besides the main ones that have been talked about. Like we don't know if the Kevin Bacon thing is going to happen. There was talks even about Billy Bob Thornton playing Freddy Krueger, and I thought that was great. I was like, man, that's going to be really good. And that was before the whole Kevin Bacon talk started. So yeah, any of those would do a really great job. But I don't know if you need somebody with such a big name. I think you need somebody that's kind of like some people know, but he's not very known, But I still think my top pick is still Walton Goggins. I just think that he would be a great Freddy. Robert seems like a funny guy. He is. He's very, especially after he gets to drinking. He loves white wine. He loves champagne, and he can he can be a dirty old man sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I saw drunk. I got the experience of drunk Freddy. Jen Warner, I love New Nightmare. Me too. I love New Nightmare. I thought New Nightmare was great. I don't know why. I didn't even realize there was hate for this movie until later on in life. But like, I was a young kid, and what made it was there was good suspense in New Nightmare. No, it wasn't a traditional Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but that was the point. It still, it was like, and we were getting Freddy back. So, and after the atrocious Freddy's Dead movie, that was a goofball of a movie. Like, I'm so glad we got New Nightmare. I'm glad Wes Craven was able to make that, and it was really ahead of its time. I don't want to see them do that for like a reboot or anything like that. I want to be a traditional Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but we got to do a requel to the original. But New Nightmare is great. Like, I've been like having the itch to watch that lately, like just because I like it. I like it a lot. Also, speaking of New Nightmare and Robert and Heather and all that kind of stuff, I've been trying to get Heather Langenkamp on the as an interview too on my live stream. So yeah, so hopefully she comes through on that. She's still doing some conventions as well. When they're busy doing all these conventions, they're kind of tied up. But yeah, Heather Langenkamp, she's such a sweet lady. She is such a good soul. Like, I mean, she just seems like a genuine person. Like, I don't know if I've ever met a more genuine person like Heather Langenkamp. Like, she's really cool. She's really cool. Marquise, what was your thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street reboot that we had back in 2010? Okay. I wanted to like it, I really did, and I felt like I was forcing. By the end of the movie, I was like, I feel like I'm forcing myself to like this movie. Why don't I really have any interest to watch this again? Because I was so excited about it when it came out. I think that was like the movie I was the most excited about, and um, and it was just. I think I think we didn't give a shit about any of the characters. I think it had some cool visual parts in it. It had some okay ideas, but I think that it was too CGI heavy. And you can have some CGI in some of those nightmare scenes and stuff, but the way they did the effect with Freddy coming out of the wall over Nancy's bed, that was just looked dumb. It kind of reminded me of the Frighteners, how that spirit, but it worked in the Frighteners because that was supposed to be like a goofy movie. That's the thing, is that like there was things that they did in this I was like, man, that should be cut or redone. Um, I like the whole um, flashback scene of us actually seeing Freddy get burned, but I don't like that he was actually, you know, did what he did. Like he actually, I thought it would have been much better if he was like falsely accused, or maybe he was a child killer, but not a full blown child. I don't even want to say the word. Like it just puts me in a foul mood. But you know, um, overall, I did not like it. Also, I think that what hurt that movie is that everybody is down and depressed as soon as that movie starts. Everybody is. Everybody is so moping around, emo looking, just like poor, pitiful me. I ain't slept in. We didn't get to know. Excuse me. We didn't get to know any of the characters before their downfall with Freddy. We didn't see them living their lives. We didn't see them being happy and being a group, or living life or having dreams, or just we didn't have this upbeat moment. We didn't have this like, oh, everything's okay moment, and then start having this downfall. We were just thrown into just some depressing crap from the get-go. And also I thought they should have swapped it up with with Tina, with the girl that played her. I thought, like, I liked her a lot. I was more interested in her story than even Nancy's, or whoever the other characters were in that remake. Like it just, like, it just felt off. It felt like it was just going from scene to scene with weird stuff happening. It just didn't feel like the story flowed together right. And it felt so much longer than it actually was, because of the pace, because of that slow, dreadful pace. And I honestly thought that they should have changed something up as far as like, okay, so we all know that Tina dies, 30 minutes into the movie, whatever, and that's supposed to shock us. But what if they swapped that? What if Nancy was going to actually be the one getting killed, and now we're following Tina? Like, do something different, Especially, it felt like they were trying to do too much of the same stuff with a little bit of differences here and there. But it just, I don't know. And also, I wanted to see more boiler room stuff, like instead of him living at that school, or you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of him living at that school, instead of him having that hidden room and stuff like that. I mean, that was kind of neat, I guess, but like, I just didn't like that whole idea. I didn't. It wasn't for me. That's not my Freddy. I mean, I appreciate for them trying, and I don't think Jackie Earl Haley was a bad Freddy, but I think he was not the right person for the part. Great actor, just not. It was just miscast, in my opinion. He was too short of a Freddy too. I was wondering how they're going to shoot him, like, and they didn't even make him look taller. Like, it just didn't work for me. It just didn't work. That's all I gotta say. um, Try again. That's my thoughts. Uh, let's see here. Scream for Conrad. I love the feel and tone of Nightmare. Me too, Conrad. Like, New Nightmare was my jam. Like, I snuck into that movie. I saw it in theaters. It was just something about it. Just, it had that suspense, eerie, like something ain't right, like what's gonna happen next. And it was a good movie. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It was a really good movie. Um, Jim Warner, what about Alice's son? Wasn't he Freddy's child? Yeah, true. But if they do make a requel, I would want it to be a direct sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street 1 so we can get Heather Langenkamp back as well. And maybe still show like homages and respect to all the sequels, similar to what Halloween did. You know, we could still have like characters still named from the new, you know, from the later films, or you know, cameos, or you know, or similar, maybe a similar scene, but it plays out differently. Excuse me, my throat is killing me right now. But yeah, I, you know, that's when the movie started losing interest for me. You know, it just wasn't. What was it, The Dream Child and stuff? Like, I remember being a kid and being like, I didn't even like watching that one. Like, I don't know, I just felt like it kind of, it was like Freddy was like a carnival, you know, person, like, step right up, here we go, you're gonna die in some creepy, amazing way, and like, no, no, he felt less of a stalker in those movies. Um, Hold back some of those things, you know. We can still do creative kills and creative stuff, but you know, I just Freddy. Let's get Freddy scary again. Let's get Robert Englund Freddy scary again. Denisha Lane, it will be hard to find a good actor to replace Robert Englund because no one could play him like Robert Englund. You're right. You're absolutely right, Denisha. It's going to be hard. I think it can be done, but it can't be done overnight. And you can't just pick anybody. You can't just say, oh, that person's a good actor. He was in such and such. Let's just go with him. No, no, you got to find somebody that works. They need to do casting like with the makeup on. Put the makeup on, see how he's going to look. Don't make him look like a real burn victim. Let's make him all scarred up and you know, like the Freddy we know, because that's the look. That is traditionally the look. And let's see how they look underneath it. Let's see how they can act underneath it before you say yes to the part. You know, um, like I said, like I think there is somebody out there, but Robert Englund is definitely, nobody will ever replace Robert Englund. But I do think that there's somebody out there that can do the character justice. Um, but it has to have a good script. It has to have a good director, and you have to have a good actor. And I really do think Walton Goggins would be really cool underneath that makeup. Something loud outside my house. Uh, be really good under the makeup. I think, or you know, Sam Rockwell, like, because Freddie has always had like a little bit of comedy in him, but it was a very dark comedy, and it was like not too comedic. It was like there was a transition, kind of like a Pennywise, you know, like there's a little bit of comedy there, but then it gets vicious, you know, like, you know, real. I want some of that. Give me some of that. Uh, Denisha Lane, Killjoy Jake just made a video there. No Gail Weathers. I just got notification. Oh no, what? No Gail Weathers. Does she back out too? I thought she was already attached. Are you? Did you watch the video, or was that just like the title of his video? Because sometimes when it's the title of a video, doesn't mean it's actually what's going to happen. It could just be like, it might be a question mark up in the air. You know. Um, Dang, that sucks. I need to do some research this morning. Um, but I thought Jenna Ortega just went, you know, on the record and said that, you know, Gail Weathers is coming back. So wow, I don't know. Jim Warner, oh no. Tanisha, they need to make new Jason movie. They're sitting on money for themselves. I know they do. But do you know that they're not going to be able to use the title if they go with hockey mask Jason, which they should, because that's the iconic look. Um, do you think that it should be? I mean, do you think that they should stick with that look, or do you think that maybe they could transition into a different type of hockey mask, like a goalie mask? I don't know. Like there's different types of those type of masks, and they're gonna have to do a lot of things differently with this next movie because um, the ones that like there could be, we could actually get two different types of Friday the 13th movies because Like if they go with the hockey mask Jason, they can't use Jason's origin story as far as him drowning and his mom and all that. You can't use his mom at all. Those characters belong. What is it, Sean S. Cunningham or something? And then, but because Jason wasn't really created until later on in the third film with the hockey mask, and that's the iconic look. So that was the thing. Is like we can't use the title Friday the 13th. We can't use the mom stuff, and we can't. Um, but we could still use the hockey mask, and we can still use the name Jason Voorhees, I believe. So that's all you got to do. You don't need that whole backstory, even though, like I said earlier, I wanted to see that opening of the first film, kind of like his mom killing people, which we kind of got that, but not really, not enough. But Friday the 13th, it's going to have to. You can put the mask on the actual poster and just call it Jason or Jason Voorhees. I mean, they did it with Jason X. They just put Jason X on there, and we know what we're getting into. We know what Jason is, so it'll be all right. I don't know what is going on in front of my house. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, I'm back. uh, I just heard something loud. I was like, "What is going on?" Uh, it's the trash people picking up a bunch of stuff. Uh, let's see. But yeah, they are just sitting on money. They need to go ahead and greenlight something and quit waiting. Just make a Jason movie and make a different story. Make a different, you know, origin stories. If this person over here wants to make a Friday the 13th origin story about their mom and maybe do a series or something and start it from scratch, um, cool. Let them go do that, and then we get this over here and we just get a Jason movie, and they can do their stuff, and the person with the hockey mask can do their stuff. Are you going to have to change up some story beats? Yeah, or not acknowledge them? Do you really have to acknowledge it this late in the game? Like, nah, let's just start fresh. Where was I? I lost myself in the chat. Uh, Also, guys, if you're here, if you're just now getting in here, smash that like button, please. Helps it out. Hopefully, I'm going up from here with this whole illness I've been having. Still not 100%, but I got the strength enough to do a stream. So I'll be back tomorrow. Also, I'm not closing the stream. I'm just saying that I will be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll do episode 4. Want some Scream with your coffee. And yeah, we'll get our day started right together. And so yeah. Appreciate y'all all being patient with me, and thank you for all the thoughts and prayers and everyone checking up on me. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. I mean, it really does mean a lot because I'm just having my head against the pillow and barely being able to get out of the bed, and then just looking over at my phone and seeing that people are checking up on me. That means a lot to me. You have no idea. So thank you all. Um, where was I? Oh, okay. Let's see. Screaming for Conrad. What about someone who's not really well known? To be fair, Robert wasn't very well known when he was. You're right. He wasn't very well known. And that could work. That definitely could work. Um, I don't think it needs to be some big star that's like, Kevin Bacon as Freddy Krueger on the poster. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't need to be star power in order for them to get people in the seats. Go with their own thing. Take your time. Find somebody. If and probably it's going to be cheaper for the production too if you find somebody that's not a big name. So you're not banking on someone's name. It's not star power here. I mean, I think it could work. honestly, I didn't really know who Skarsgård was in playing Pennywise, but he did great. He did phenomenal. I mean, I heard of him, but I didn't know him. You know, he's done some stuff. If you didn't watch his stuff, then you didn't know him. But now, you know, I'm a fan of his. He's good. Um, uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like Walton Goggins is really known. He's in a lot of big properties, but he's never. I don't know if he's really ever like led a film like on his own, like by himself. And so I really think that like he could do it. I and I think that some people would like maybe recognize his face, maybe not. You know, depending on if you've watched his stuff or not. But who do y'all think that should play Freddy? I want to hear some. I want to hear some of y'all's ideas of who you think who should play. Who would y'all like to see under that Freddy makeup, donning the Freddy glove? Let me know. Um, Necessary distraction. Hey, Destin, so glad you're feeling it. Thank you so much, Necessary. You've been checking up on me too, and I'm feeling a lot better. Like I said, but I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But thank you for checking up on me. It means a lot. Glad you're here too. Necessary. Uh, let's see here. Ghostface. Afternoon destination. Just woke up. How's your day? My day is going great so far. I'm just glad I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I need some coffee. My coffee's already gotten cold over here. Like caffeine's caffeine, right? Um, yeah. Just getting my day started. You want some Scream with your coffee because like that's the point of of this stream in the morning is let's all start our days off right. You know, normally I do like night streams and stuff, but like what about the morning? You know, I don't want to feel good at the end of the day. I want to feel good starting my day off, and that's the point. And y'all definitely do it for me, and I hope I do it for y'all. Uh, Denisha Lane, my sis, y'all talking. Marquise, agree. I didn't really love Nightmare on Elm Street reboot that much. Some of it was too much with CGI. Some was okay, and some was terrible. The one thing that really stands out to me that I actually did like about the remake, Marquise, is that whole going in and at like micro sleeping, what they call it, like where she's like in the drugstore, like a Walgreens or something, and she's like in and out. You know, that's what was awesome to me. It was that was a really cool effect. I would like to see more of that, and like I hope they take that idea and keep going with it, like in future movies if they start making them. But that was really cool. The opening was okay too. Wasn't the biggest fan, kind of making it look like, you know, like he was holding the knife and stuff. I thought that was pretty intense. I was like, okay, we're on the right foot here. I did like the idea. I saw images of a Nightmare on Elm Street. Like there was an alternate opening to where they were at a pool party similar to a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, where he's like up on the railing on the second floor of the house, and it looks like he was getting ready to like commit suicide, like maybe he's in a dream or something. He's about to commit suicide in front of everybody. Thought that was a really cool idea. Don't know how that would actually have played out. Maybe it didn't look right on film or something. Um, but they didn't go with that. They went with the diner scene, which is fine. I'm okay with it. But I did want to see like a pool scene because that from a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, that was like one of the coolest scenes was that pool scene. So yeah, but too much CGI, too much trying to do stuff like the original. I mean, they did have their own stuff in it, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, and it just didn't. There was a sense of tone that did not feel right in that movie to me. It just I don't know, and I didn't really believe everything um, that Freddie was saying. You know, it's real. I'm real. You know, like, all right, you're trying really hard here. But it's not scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like he wants to scare somebody, but he's failing to do so. I don't know. No hate towards Jackie Earl Haley, great actor. I just think he was a little bit miscast, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a bad actor just because you're miscast. That's just shit happens. Um, let's see here. Enjoy Juneteenth today. Yes, yes. It's been great, and also Father's Day has been great too. Like even though I've been really out of it, and also let me show you this. Let me show you what I've been doing all week. Denisha, this is why I'm going to virtual layouts and stuff. Let's see here. That's what the destination station looks like right now. So that's why I'm going to a virtual background. I have been sick and I have been trying to move at the same time, pack up everything. And for the last for this past week, my family's been having to pack up a lot because I've just been so down and out. But yes, very much enjoying Juneteenth today. Necessary destination station. So glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Necessary. That's awesome. You have been checking up on me, and I really do appreciate it. Oh, the chat just jumped. Sometimes that happens. Like I'll be at a spot and then it'll just jump, and like I don't know where I'm at. I have to find my spot. But yeah, thank you, Necessary. You've been checking up on me quite often. I really appreciate that. Screaming for Conrad. That's the big issue of the movie. We didn't get to know the characters. Like, were they ever happy in their life? Right? Yeah, I know. It was like we just started off on a sad note and we ended on a sad note. And it was just like this was like really depressing. I did like the whole last song of the movie, that dream. I'm not going to sing it, but like that dream, dream, dream. I was like, oh, that's a cool little touch. It was like little stuff like that. It's like I felt like there was like maybe like 3 or 4 different scripts, and there was greatness in all of these, and they decided to combine them. But when they did it, it was just choppy, and it just didn't flow right. You know, it felt like they were just filming. Oh, let's go do this scene over here. Oh, let's go do that scene. It didn't feel like we were moving at a gradual pace. Like we didn't see the downfall of our characters here. Cody Ghostface. My thing is, I hate it when she pulled him into the real world and she said, "Quentin, get him, like, bitch. Why don't you get him? You pulled him in?" Oh yeah. And then she quote like the same thing in Jason, Freddy versus Jason. Welcome to my world now, bitch, or something. Welcome to my world. This is my world, bitch, or something like that. Like it was like a same quote from like a previous Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and I think it was Freddy versus Jason. Yeah. That whole thing was like, and I didn't even like how like when like she she cut Freddy's throat. It just didn't even look right to me. I was like, and then the way he falls over, I was just kind of like, what, like. It just, I don't know. And I think that director was only good for like that was his first film debut for a director. Like he was like a music video director or something, and you could see he had some cool visual stuff like that, but it just did not work in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, Walton Goggins. Yeah, you know what's up, Necessary. Yep, Walton Goggins is the shit. Screaming for Conrad. I'm very picky when it comes to comedy Freddy. So New Nightmare was a great feel for a Freddy movie of me. Yeah, me too. That's the thing. New Nightmare felt serious. It felt like they're taking this serious. Freddy's taken serious. It feels like there's an actual threat. And you don't know what it is, and it's slowly unraveling, and you see the downfall of Heather Langenkamp again, and so yeah, that's the thing. It was great. I mean, you might not get a kill every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever to keep your Carnage Candy happy, but it was still a good movie. You don't have to have in a Freddy movie. I don't feel like you have to have a kill every 15 minutes. It's the lurking, it's the suspense, it's the build up, it's the overall, like, him tormenting with his victims before he actually does kill them. He's like making them crazy. So yeah, it's a little psychological. I like it. Yep, I agree with you, Conrad. Cody, Or you could call it Crystal Lake Memories. It's Jason Voorhees. Jason. Yeah, you could. That's a big title, but yeah, something like that. Crystal Lake Memories. Um, you could do that. I think just throwing Jason or just Jason Voorhees with you know our cast and Jason on the front of the cover. I mean, because it needs to be also like a throwback to like look at all the other covers of the original Nightmare. I mean, Friday the 13th movies where like Jason's mask just on the poster, or it's something simple like that. It's nothing. It's nothing too outrageous. There's not a whole lot going on, but you know what you're getting. I like those posters. I thought Friday the 13th had some really cool covers. You going through a blockbuster and you see these Friday the 13th covers with like a knife through the eye, or you see, um, even like the 3D one. Like they're very simple. I think they need to keep that tone when trying to market the movie or something, or for the cover of the poster, um, and just throw Jason on it. Crystal Lake Memories. That sounds like it should be like uh, for a TV show. I could see them doing that for a TV series, having a whole backstory on Jason and everything. Let them do their thing over there, and then let them do what they want to do with Jason over here. Um, Marquise, Courtney Cox is in London with her husband. I think she will be set by end of June. If she back off, we would be hearing about it everywhere, even deadline. I don't know, similar to Nev. Okay, yeah. So that's the thing too. Like, I mean, I could see her. I mean, it sounds like she's already back on. So if she's already signed on the dotted line, then it's a done deal. She has to be in it unless she breaks her contract, she gets sued or something. But I don't think she will. Did she know about this about Nev before she decided to sign on? Maybe she's signing on because they're making this story more Gale centered. Maybe this one's going to be more Gale centered film, and maybe that's why she wants to sign on. And maybe Nev in the script was kind of taking more of the backseat. And then, I want to get Nev back, but I don't think I don't think Courtney Cox is out at this point. Like you said, we would hear everywhere about it. It would be all over the place. Um, and I don't see anything. I mean, I'm looking at some stuff right now. I don't see anything like that. That would be crazy. Yeah, I don't see nada there, nada. Uh, Scream for Conrad. I love that Heather described New Nightmare as a Hitchcockian kind of vibe when it came to the suspense. Yeah, it was, and that's okay. Hitchcock's awesome with suspense. That's the thing. In my slasher movies, in my horror movies, you gotta have suspense for me to like. I mean, I'm gonna like it, normally, unless it's a piece of shit. But I I had to have suspense with my slasher movies. It can't just be a tongue-in-cheek slasher movie for me to like love it. Look at The Strangers. Like, man, that was great. The build-up. There wasn't a kill every 2 minutes, but it was just the suspense. Like, when's it coming? What are they going to do next? It was just lurking around, standing in the background, writing stuff on the mirror, stalking your prey, that type of stuff. And that's fine. Like, New Nightmare was great. Don't hate on Wes Craven. He did a great job on that movie. Let's make a Freddy that's terrifying. And yes, 100%. Let's do it. Let's do it. Robert's got to come back, but it's got to be a passing of the torch because I want more Nightmare on Elm Streets. And I want to see what they can do without Robert, but I want Robert back for the passing of the torch. It has to be there. I mean, Robert Englund's like 74, 72. Hell, I don't know. He's in his 70s. Let's see. Denisha Lane. Courtney Cox is in England with her boy thing. Think it's a small role. Scream 6 film. I do think, I do. I think that Courtney Cox, whatever that they have for her, she's gonna want to. Whenever they're ready for her, she has some other projects going on, so she's gonna want to say, hey, all right, when you get all my scenes together, I'll fly down there and I will do all my scenes, but you got to do them back to back to back to back. I'm not gonna be here and then be there, and that like they're gonna have to do it all together, and then they're going to have to fit it in. So yeah, I think Courtney Cox is back. I really do. Necessary Distraction: Walton Goggins, Timothy Oliphant. Ooh, great choice. Ryan Reynolds and Kyle Gallner. Kyle Gallner. Oh yeah. Even Kyle Gallner was in Nightmare on Elm Street. Ryan Reynolds. That would be crazy seeing him. Timothy Oliphant is a great choice, though. You know, that good choice. Necessary. I appreciate it. Yeah. That would work for me. Ryan Reynolds, I don't know if I can see that, but that would be interesting. Because I'm thinking back at similar roles that he's done, like that's one of my favorite remakes is Amityville. Like I thought that was a really good movie. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is Ryan Reynolds is kind of creepy in this. Like it's crazy. So yeah, I'm sure he could pull it off. Is there anything that Ryan Reynolds can't do? But that would be banking on his name. That would be a cash grab for his name. They're like Ryan Reynolds as Freddy Krueger. Everybody be like, what the fuck? What the shit? But yeah, great choices. Carrie Crave Cinema in the house. Hey Destin, my bro from another home. You look and sound so good. Hope you're resting and taking it easy. I know you're moving too, so be easier. So thank you, sis. My sister from another mister. Yeah, I feel a lot better. Not 100%, but I am getting better. Thank you. Thank you for checking up on me. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we're both moving, right? So yeah, you know my pain. I wish I was feeling better. Oh, we got a super chat in the house. Let's see. Rawhead Nick's in the house. $5 super chat. Rawhead making his presence. Yeah, Nick, I was talking about you earlier, brother. You're a big wrestling fan. I had a wrestling question at the earlier in my chat from I think it was Bobby's breakdown about am I a wrestling fan? And you know that like us growing up, like you were a big wrestling fan, so you would be better to talk about. I was like thinking like maybe you should start a channel like a wrestling channel with just talk just talking about your shit. I don't have any knowledge in wrestling. You know that. You were the wrestling guy, buddy. Care Bear's in the house. Yeah. Carrie. Scream for Conrad. Kyle would be a good choice. He was in the remake. Seeing him as Freddy would be a full circle kind of thing. Yeah, it would be. It would be kind of cool. I could see him possibly playing that. I wanted more of him in Scream 5. I feel like he should have got more. He was gone too soon. He seemed like he would have been a good red herring, but he's not a red herring if he dies quick. Let's see. All right. Rawhead Nick, good morning, everyone. Just popping in for a second. Hope everyone has an awesome day. Yeah, Rawhead, thank you for that $5 super chat. You always support the channel, buddy. I appreciate you. Nick goes on trips with me and stuff like that. He went to Texas Frightmare and met Robert Englund and Lance Henriksen and all that too. So yeah, we were able to share that experience together. It was awesome. It was like Robert and Lance were like the older versions of me and him. It was really cool. Let's see here. Carrie Crave Cinema. Yes, we are both moving. It is stressful, but luckily today I put in a vacay day to pack up some more. That's awesome. I actually, I hate moving. I absolutely hate it. But I'm moving out of state, and actually I'm taking a little bit of time off work. I'm going to focus on YouTube and on some other projects that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just for a little bit. I'm just going to take probably the summer off, and I'm going to get back on schedule. But I've been with the job for like 12 years, and it's time for a change. But yeah, I know how stressful it can be, and I just want to feel better. Moving already sucks, but moving packing up stuff while you're sick, it double sucks. I'm gonna have to be wrapping it up here in about 10 minutes or so. I gotta be somewhere here in just a little bit, and well, I don't actually have to be somewhere. I have an appointment, but it's here. So, anyways, so they should be here right at noon. So I'm gonna kind of wrap it up before then. But yeah, I'm glad everybody came by and supported the stream. I'm gonna keep going for about 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna call it a day, and then maybe I'll do a night stream tonight to kind of make up for past time. So be looking out for that, and I will definitely be back for episode 4 tomorrow morning. Want some Scream with your coffee? Today's been more of a Nightmare on Elm Street stream though, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. It can be. It's going to be a different topic every day, but we're always going to, refer back to Scream. All roads lead to Woodsboro. So yeah, it's okay. Scream fits in everywhere. Jen, there would be no reason to have Scream set in New York City if Gail is not. I know that seems like it would be much of a waste. They would have to just write it out and be like, hey, we try to get Gail to help, but she said hell no, and then that just be like one line. She's just choosing not to be a part of it. But yeah, it's crazy. Ghostface is going to have to go to Gail though. That's what I'm thinking. Ghostface is going to have to go to Gail for her to get involved. I don't know. The Carpenter sisters could go to her for help. Could be. Let's see. I shot him 6 times is in the house. What's up, brother? Glad you're here. We're near the end of the stream, but I'm glad you're here, buddy. Did you check out the People versus Stu Mocker trial Saturday night? Kristen Marie, love that this was a Nightmare on Elm Street stream. Oh, me too, Kristen. Me too. Hey, we can do more of that too, because I love talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. I love it. Like Freddy was my Batman growing up. That's how I look at it. So yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street is always great. We can do that more often. Also, I need to come up with something for you guys as far as like a poll and have some different names of what to call y'all. What do y'all want to be called? I know a lot of people were leaning towards being called the Stationeers. Or Screamers, or Scream Team, or something like that. I was going to come up with something. Y'all let me know. Y'all brainstorm some stuff and give me some ideas and throw it at me on Instagram and let me know, and I'll come up with something, or maybe I'll just do a poll here soon, and I'll let y'all vote on it. How about that? Let's see. Marquise, Bill Oberst Jr. Bill Oberst Jr. as the next Freddy. Who is Bill Oberst Jr.? I got to look that person up. Hold on. Give me a second. Bill Oberst Jr.? I don't know if I know this guy. Oh, in Criminal Minds. Oh, okay. Yeah. I recognize his face. Yeah. He was in 3 from Hell. Okay. Yeah, I can see definitely. He could be. Wow, yeah, you're right. You're right. He could be, and actually, he could look really good underneath the makeup. Wow, good choice. I need to look at some of his stuff. I need to watch some of his work. That's a really good choice, Marquise. Great choice. I shot him 6 times. Destination Station, I got through the first 10 questions, then I crashed. It was a long day helping my buddy move into his new house, etc. Actually, about to watch the rest until I go live with Craven. Oh, nice. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, check it out. I got to check out the first part as well, buddy. But I come in, I did join the stream, but it was like after they were done. It was like me, Craven, Haley, and Jack was there for a minute. He didn't stay too much longer afterwards, but yeah, for like the second half, I'm like in there, like I think it's like around the 3-hour mark or something. But yeah, I got to go back and watch the beginning too. I hated that I had to drop out. Was just feeling horrible. I didn't know if I was going to even have the strength to do it. Um, because Friday I was really, really bad. And then I woke up in the middle of the stream on Saturday night, and I was like, "Oh, they're going. I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them out." So yeah. And then it just, I saw that Craven was going to be going for a little bit longer, and I was like, "Hey man, I can join your stream now." Kind of still out of it a little bit, but I got the strength to join and hang out because my hours were so messed up. So whenever I woke up in the middle of the stream, I was just like, man, instead of watching it, I can just be a part of it. But anyways, yeah. So you're going live with Craven later on today. That's cool. I'll check that out as well. Listen, guys, we're gonna be ending it here. This is probably a good spot to end it. I want to say thank you for everybody that's checked up on me throughout this past week. It's been a rough ride, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you so much, and everyone that comes by the stream. I appreciate all the support and all the positive vibes. Best community on YouTube right now. Honestly, like when we all have bad days, we all have bad weeks, and we're all going through something in life. And if we can be here for one another and make things better for one another, start the day off right. That's the point of doing these streams. Like, instead of just doing night streams and ending our nights on a good note, I want to start the day on a good note. And let's talk about stuff. Let's get some Scream in our coffee, and let's get the day started on the right foot. And shot him 6 times. Destination Station, there's a theory that Michael imagined the previous sequels in his head. Do you think that could work? Nah, I don't know, man. I have no, maybe. I mean, I feel like it's a stretch a little bit. I mean, I'd buy it, but how's it going to work into this story? Are you talking about the previous 2 sequels? Like, are you talking about Halloween Kills? Is all in his head, and then Halloween Ends is like it's like all something else? Huh. Let me think about that. Let's talk about that tomorrow morning, buddy, or maybe later on tonight, because I'm gonna do a night stream tonight. Yeah, we need to bounce around some ideas on that. That sounds kind of cool. Carrie Crayson, Destiny, you're the sweetest and bestest, bro. We love you. Thank you, Carrie. Love you too. Yeah. Positivity all the time. That's all I want in my chats. And y'all are the best. Y'all really are. You have no idea. I know I already said it, and I'm not going to keep repeating it because I know it gets corny. But whenever I was just down and out, and I looked over and I had messages from y'all on Instagram and stuff, and it's just like, get well. How are you doing today? Like that meant the world. I was like, wow, y'all, that touched my soul. But yeah, thank y'all. You're awesome, man. Thanks to Conrad. You're awesome too. Destination Station. I was wondering where you was when it started the other night. I'm glad you're doing and feeling better. Thanks. I shot him 6 times. Thanks, man. Yeah. I started like right at the end. They were getting ready to wrap up actually, and I just caught like the tail end of the whole entire trial. Killjoy Jake stood in for me, did a great job from what I saw. Need to go back and watch the beginning, and I'm glad he was available to do it too, because I was just down and out. But yeah, I didn't really see much of the trial, honestly, because I came in right there at the tail end, and then I jumped in the stream with Craven and Haley. So yeah. Marquise, you are so welcome, Destin. Take your time moving, man, and get well. You are amazing, and this chat is amazing. Hard community, man. I'm glad I found chat. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, glad you're here. I hope y'all are okay with this virtual background. I'll get a green screen to kind of tighten it up a little bit, make it look a little bit better. But yeah, the Destination Station is packed up and down. Not all of it, but majority of it. Still got to take the TV off the wall and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be on a virtual background for a while until I get settled in and set up the Destination Station at my new place. But yeah, definitely. I shot him 6 times. Destination ends. No, the original previous sequels. Yes, bro. We can touch on it tomorrow. Yeah, dude. Got to get you on a stream, dude. We can talk. You can be on one of these. Uh, Want some scream with your coffee episodes, and we can definitely dive deep into that. I'm ready. I'm ready to see a trailer. I'm ready for a trailer, and that'll tell us a lot more, right? At least something. I hope it doesn't tell us too much. uh, Carrie Crate Cinema, I'll tell you what, the stew stream was amazing. So many laughs. Awesome. Yeah, I need to go back and watch it. I need to. No, no, hashtag no pants for stew. I'm not even wearing any pants right now. Uh, Marquise. Yeah, I love Bill. He does a couple of horror movies like The Parish and Circus of the Dead. His voice seems okay, but he's a perfect look to Freddy in the movie. Yeah. Okay, I'll check those out. The Parish and Circus of the Dead. I've heard of The Parish. Yeah, yeah. I need to hear his voice too, and see how that would work. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, man. I'll definitely check him out. He looks good. He looks like he would be a good Freddy, honestly. We had a lot of laughs. Hopefully you can have me on the stream with it. Yeah, Conrad, of course, buddy. Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely set something up, and we'll dive deep into whatever's going on that day, and yeah, I want to get more people on my streams too. So yeah, instead of just being my boring face, I need other people. The more the merrier. Uh, I showed him 6 times. Destination Station. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what times are better for you. Is this a good time? Because some people work. Uh, do you do you do you prefer the mornings? I do night streams too, so whatever works, man. Just hit me up on Instagram, and we'll touch base, and we'll get something started for sure. Definitely. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. I appreciate everybody that has come by and supported this, and that's still interested in these episodes and these live streams. So I'm gonna do them more often. I'm supposed to originally the idea is to do it Monday through Friday, every episode 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm gonna try to stick with that. I promise you I will. Um, and so yeah. Unless I go back downhill, which I'm quite sure I'm on my way up here. So yeah, I'll have a night stream tonight as well. So be looking out for that. And yeah, guys, thank y'all so much. And also, yeah, you're right, Jen. Congrats on getting remonetized. Yeah, I'm so happy about that. I woke up yesterday with that good news, and I was like, I thought it was going to be like almost a month before I'd hear something back, or a couple weeks or something. But yeah, yeah, they took care of me. I am officially remonetized and up and running again. YouTube needs to quit being so damn greedy. So yeah, so yeah. Marquise, have a great day, Dustin. Get well and see you tonight or tomorrow morning. Will do, buddy. You too. You do as well. You have a great day, and I'll see y'all later on tonight, or I'll see y'all when I see y'all. This has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. All right, guys. I'll put something up in the community tab about if I go live tonight, but I'm pretty sure I will be available to go live tonight. So anyways, all right, guys, I'll see you guys. Thank y'all. Have a good day. Peace. I'll see y'all when I see you.